York City, the Empire State, the metropolis in which dreams come true, the multicultural paradise, known for its skyscrapers, penthouses, and crackheads. But under the city lies the beast, awaking every morning and never resting. The New York Subway.
Grand Concourse.
But to know why the subway is the way it is today, we need to look at New York City as a whole. The Big Apple, where rent costs the annual salary of a billionaire and half of your vital organs.
How much do you pay for rent in New York?
$17.50.
Could I have a tour of your apartment?
Welcome to my 80 square foot apartment.
Entire apartment right here. Look at me laying down, like I almost laid down the entire apartment.
The city might be prestigious, however, the homeless rate and the crackheads around the corner, they tell a different story. For you to understand today's situation, we need to go back in time. Let's take a little dive into the history of New York City, shall we? After the Second World War, New York City was one of the economically strongest cities in the whole world. The Wall Street was booming, but the decline started in the 60s because the crime rate skyrocketed and riots were daily happening. Then in the 70s and 80s, the city was broke, very broke. They got saved from bankruptcy by a little margin. And to top it all off, the crack epidemic started. Well, you're certainly asking right now, what the hell is the crack epidemic? But you just need to walk outside in New York City and you probably notice what I mean.
Come take a trip to the floor, see bricks doing better.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man.
Okay, quick history lesson, yeah? Crack didn't just fall from the sky, of course. In the 70s, cocaine was very, very popular.
A joint task force found more than 26 pounds of cocaine and $3 million in cash in an apartment in the Norwood section.
International cartels noticed that instead of selling expensive cocaine to the rich and risking having their own distributors, caught by the police, they could just sell a cheaper and faster version of cocaine called crack in low-income neighborhoods because the government doesn't care about poor people. By the early 80s, crack kept flooding into New York City.
What we're seeing here is just a flood of drugs coming into this city, which is far beyond our capacity to deal with.
Me, my mother, my whole family, we couldn't really sleep at night. I'd have to sleep with one eye open, one eye closed, always listening every little noise. You have to check and see what's going on. Entire
communities were left devastated by this crack epidemic, and since jobs were already scarcer than the sober driving Russian, the homeless rate increased even more. Now, what did the city and the government do? Well, instead of addressing the root cause of the problem, like poverty or lack of education, they declared a war against drugs. Jails were overcrowded really fast, and surprise, it didn't really do anything.
President Bush at the time had retired this cop, Edward Burns, badge in the White House and declared war on drug gangs.
Police could have continued to arrest people here throughout the evening, but after a while they simply ran out of handcuffs.
Bad guys doing bad things got convicted, but some really good guys just minding their business got convicted.
You can't arrest addiction. It's not how it works. Homelessness was increasing also due to mental hospitals closing without enough alternative care for people. So a lot of mentally ill people started living in the streets. And if you're in the street, might as well go to the subway stations because they're warm, they provide shelter, and sometimes they're also red so you can share your meal with them. I mean, that sounds better than 90% of New York City apartments, so hey. So now we have the perfect combination of addiction, mental health crisis, rats, homelessness, and the daily way to work. This is how the GTA lobby, that is the New York Subway, came to life basically. The subway collects all kinds of people on a daily basis. Don't make the mistake to look somebody in the eye. Oh, hell no. That would be devastating.
Every single night, like those stations, they're like, it's really difficult to feel safe. No matter No matter, even if nothing is happening, like, you know, eventually something is gonna happen.
Someone like spat on me on the subway, and that was really like pretty traumatizing.
The amount of people that pay to ride the subway is declining day by day if you see videos like that. I mean, I really doubt he had a ticket. And my brother, what are you doing there? What is that?
Oh, hell no!
You either get touched, shot, stabbed, your food stolen, or your clothes stolen. It's like a 50-50 chance if you arrive with everything you got or nothing at all.
As you can see, I'm getting robbed.
So the New York subway isn't really cared about by the government for a long time, and you notice that because the stations look horrible, especially the trains, brother. What the hell is that? No wonder why people behave like prisoners when the subway looks like a cage. The thing is, every New Yorker knows about this situation, but as a regular citizen you can't do anything about it. You just need to accept it at some point, and they do. I mean, you get used to it at some point, because headlines like these are normal now. I was stuck in an underground New York City subway for 1.5 hours and needed to be evacuated. But of course, not everything that happens in the subway is negative. Having so many different individuals riding it daily, I mean, some benefits need to come of it, right? Like this one. Damn, that was a lot of New York City subway for today, right? So next time when you get stuck in a tunnel, always remember, the New York City subway is more of a social experiment than a transportation method. So yeah, I'm gonna need to head out. See you in the next one, and enjoy this little final compilation.
Get out the way! Oh my god!
Keep going.